We've reached the second round of football playoffs here in Central Illinois, and we've got as much action as we could pack into one show for you, starting in Class 6A in Glenwood, with the Titans hosting East St. Louis. Flyers up 7-0 after the first frame. Titans' Grady Mueller runs it into the end zone for a tied start off the second. The Flyers score again, but fail to get a point after, so it's 13-7 East St. Louis. Glenwood gets in front with a 67-yard rush from Mueller that ends in pay dirt. 14-13 Titans, but that's all the action Glenwood would see. 40 unanswered from East St. Louis, and Glenwood ends their season 10-1. Ahmed Seymour playing in the 5A playoffs at Washington. Late first half, Ryan Pruitt rolls to his right, then throws a pass to his left. Marco Casillas is there to make the play and run up the sidelines. It's a big play inside the Washington 30, and moments later, it's Casillas once again. He powers his way into the end zone. The Bulldogs are eliminated by Washington 38 to 14. Now on to Class 4A, Sacred Heart Griffin hosting Carterville. Starting in the second, the Cyclones' Cam Brinkman will pass it out to Drew Ward for the SHG touchdown. 24-7 Cyclones at the break. Third quarter now, SHG in the red zone. Brinkman would keep it for another touchdown. Huge win for SHG, 45-15 over Carterville. And to sweeten the deal, they reunite with rival Rochester next week in the quarterfinals. Moving down to 3A, Williamsville versus Porta. First quarter, Blue Jays with the ball. Lane McAnally will throw one up and find Logan Baker for the early score. Still first quarter now, Bullets in the red zone. Jackson Sanders with the ball. He calls his own number for the Bullets. Touchdown, runs away with it and finds nothing but purple grass. 2 drives later, Bullets with the ball once again. This time, Matthew Miller takes the handoff for the score. Big win for the Bullets there. Another 53-14 game over the Blue Jays to advance. Williamsville gets the winner of this one. Unity versus Monticello to a packed house. 14-all after halftime in Tolono. Dane Eisenmenger hands it off to Crew Eckstein for a nice gain of yards into the red zone. Third and goal, Eisenmenger shoves his way in, throws up the ball to show that he has it. 21-14 early in the fourth. These two rivals will trade possession until the final minutes of the game with 2.5 minutes. Stages ball, 4th and 13. Nolan Bennycamper goes deep to Zeke Young down to the 20. 5 seconds on the clock. Third and goal. Bennycamper to Hayden Romano. Touchdown Rockets as time expires. So it all comes down to this. A 2-point conversion wins it for Unity, but the pass is caught, not by a white jersey, but by Unity's Trey Hogard. Unity wins it in miraculous fashion. Here's the man himself.
Well, I'm here now, so I might as well make a play, and everyone else was covered. Our DBs did a good job. They threw it my way, and I just ended up with it. I mean, senior year, captain, you gotta do what you gotta do, and team came out with a win. It's a team win.
Now Moreau Forsyth hosting Johnston City, and the Trojans quickly take command. Adding to an early lead, here's Ryan Shepard on a QB keeper. He's in. Home team up 27-0 at the half. The Indians don't throw often, but forced to with a large deficit. Unfortunately, though, it's picked off. Isaiah Bowman went up and got it, turning it into offense. Shepard finds Zach Smith. He'll pick up a first down and then some, punching it in Gunnar Larner. It's a running clock in the fourth quarter, and the Trojans are on to quarterfinals with a 41-6 victory.
They show up every day. They get coached up. We became better tacklers, and I think the proof's in the pudding now.
I just love every single one of these guys so much, and they know that we don't want to go home. So we knew what we needed to do to get rolling, and that's what we're doing right now.
Illinois' Caden Fagan in the house to watch his alma mater in this next one. Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond in the 2A race against Cumberland. It's 7-6 Knights. Easton Frederick changes that when they rush into the end zone. ALAH leads 14-6 after the first quarter. Pirates turned right around and answer in the second. A keeper by Hudson McElravy for 6. And then a successful 2-point conversion from the Pirates would tie things up at 14-all at the break. But the second half was all Knights. 41-22 the final. They get the winner of this next one. Unbeaten Westville hosting DuQuoin at Memorial Field. Lincoln Cravens open up the scoring with the first of 2 touchdowns for him today. And then Jack Eister would find a hole and run in untouched. Remember that name. We'll come back to him in a second. DuQuoin looking for points, but QB Easton Bowling can play D2. He picks it off, and it's all Westville. Students were loving it. They were chanting Eister's name when he breaks this tackle and runs it in for his 4th touchdown of the day, letting our cameraman know that he knows he's got it. Grant Beckley adds on a sack, and the Tigers win 39-13. Here's Coach.
If you want to win big games, you do it with great defenses and great offensive lines, and I think we were strong in both areas today. If you would have told me before the game that we would have held DuQuoin to 13 points, I'd have said no way. They're explosive. They were very impressive on tape.
Being able to come out here and punch in 4 against a playoff caliber team, I mean, it feels great. We're not scared to face anybody. I mean, they were 8-1 coming to the playoffs. Shelbyville was 5-4, and like I said, we're contenders.
Nice crowd on hand today to see the Tigers win. They play Arthur next week. Now moving down to Class 1A, Nokomis hosting KZ Westfield. It's a 7-0 lead for the road team in the first, but the Redskins bounce back as Darrell Evans caps off this drive with a short touchdown run. The KZ Westfield takes that lead right back. Nolan Clement with a pass over the middle. Big gain to Kellen Sullivan. Finds some running room and beats the defenders to the outside. Crosses the goal line for 6. Clement airing it out all day on this one. Coming up, he fakes the quick pitch and looks long. Finds the fellow senior all alone. Say goodbye to that one. And on another explosive pitch and catch for the Warriors, they lead 20-7 at the half and don't look back. KZ Westfield moves on to the quarters with a 48-14 win.
Yeah, I mean, our line was just holding up great today. They gave me time. I was able to read it. Receivers broke on the ball. It was just amazing.
A lot of preparation. Coaches put a lot of work into this. Players put a lot of work in practice and just a lot of preparation. We've been fighting hard ever since our freshman year, and it means so much.
KZ hosts undefeated Calhoun coming up in the quarterfinals. Road trip for Gibson City. Melvin Sibley at Lena Winslow in round 2. Falcons giving the ball to Jacob Chase early. A big run down the sideline. Nice chunk yardage there. GCMS looking back to the senior here, finding more running room. And as he has been all year, he's off to the races, this time finding the end zone. But today, the end of the road for the Falcons. Lena Winslow, a big winner in this one, 43-14, the final. Moving on to the 8-man football race, South Fork and West Carroll. The visiting Thunder already up 8-0. Ponies would go for the tie. Brody Van Hooser feeds it to the same guy he has all year, George Bailey, for another touchdown. 2-point conversion to tie it up. Stephon Shanks runs it in, and we're at 8 apiece. They'd rinse and repeat that Van Hoover-Bailey combo all the way to the finish. Ponies win at 38-13. How about Pawnee hosting Amboy in this next one? It's a defensive battle early. Carter Webb among the many Indians there for a stop at the line of scrimmage. The Clippers take the lead, but trying to answer is Rylan McNinch. Look at the move into the red zone, but they would not score on that drive. But later they would. McNinch gets the Indians on the board, but the Amboy offense is too much in this one, winning it 64-6. Other playoff scores, the 14-seed St. Joseph Ogden get the win. The Spartans hosting Vandalia next week. And in Flora, the Wolves win a close one over Pana. And Jacksonville's season comes to an end with a 36-13 loss